on him!
Welcome to Fish North Georgia's The Guide. Here's Foster DuBroc.
Hey guys, what's going on? Foster here with another fishing report for North Georgia Fishing. This week I was at Eufaula, the south down where Georgia and Alabama split. I was practicing for the Bulldog BFL coming up at the end of the month. Did a lot of graphing mostly just to get ready for the tournament. So I didn't fish too much, but the first day that I got down there, fished for 2 days. The first day I went down there, I spent majority of my time up shallow just to see if it'd be able to compete. And I feel like you can, I just don't feel like you wouldn't have a super big sack. But mostly up there I was just punching a creature bait on an 1.5 ounce weight up to an ounce and a half, depending on what I was flipping into. Flipping a creature bait on a Trocar TK130, just flipping it into the mats and fishing it really slow. It was really weird. They wouldn't eat it as soon as it hit the water, but if you let it hit the bottom and then gave it a hop and then drug it up real slow, you'd get a hit. But I was doing that and then throwing a frog. I threw a frog a lot just because there is a mayfly hatch going down right now at Eufaula. So I was throwing a frog around a lot, just trying to cover a lot of water, just trying to disturb and try to get something to come up and eat it because I knew they were used to it because of the mayfly hatch going on. Then after doing that, and that was mostly in the upper part of the lake, fishing around most of the milfoil, monkey grass, the hyacinth that's up there, and the pencil lilies, and the dollar pads, just around like the majority of the grass. So where I could find grass mixing and where there was a hard line, say, you had like hyacinth coming and then another grass start there. So you'd have a line of where they would meet. That's where you would catch them in that seam, is where a majority of my bites came. Or it'd be on like this right outside edge. There'd be like a lot of fry garters. They'd be, you just see like schools of little tiny baits just here, then there, and then there, and you'd flip on the outside edge, and you could get a couple of bites doing that. But it was mostly just in the mats is where you'd catch the bigger fish. And then the next day, we put in a Barber Creek, and we ran down lake and fished from the bridge, the railroad bridge and the main bridge, from there down to the dam. I graphed a lot. But a lot of the fish that I found were in that 16 to 22 foot range, right there on those hard edges. They weren't all the way out, so during the summertime you go out on them ledges and they're from 22 all the way down to 30 foot, and they're on those main lake ledges. Well, they weren't there yet. They were a spot before that, so I'd say, and they're not all the way out there yet, but they're getting there. So it was definitely in that, say 14 to 18 foot range is where they were recently the most. Just fishing isolated wood and hard bottom. So if you could find like those rocks, the really hard rock line at a little seam drop, or if you could find the brush that they were holding onto, you could catch them. You could catch them pretty well. A lot of that, we were just throwing a big football jig, like a 3/4 ounce jig, into the brush, that or a big worm. A big worm down there is, an 8 to 10.5 inch worm, but of course, a worm up here is like a 4 or 5 inch worm. So I was throwing a Zoom Old Monster, just throwing it super slow in that brush, and then in the rock, and as soon as you'd feel something good, you just sit there and shake it for a little bit. And then you'd pull it a little farther, and as soon as you start to go pull it again, it'd be done. So that's what we did. It's June 2nd is when we were down there. 2nd and 3rd is when we were down there practicing, and that's what we mostly caught them on. if y'all go down there anytime this soon, then y'all can definitely try that. If it's later in the month, like, like next month or later, then definitely go out deeper and start there and work your way out. But it's definitely, if you want to go shallow, you can go shallow. If you like going deep, you can go deep. It's just that time of year down there to where you can do both, which is pretty much the best time of year, because if you get bored of one, you can go to the other. So, thank you all for watching, and see y'all next time.
Thanks for watching the guide here at Fish North Georgia. Our mission is to build a community of anglers to give you the best and latest information to make your day on the water more successful. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, click the bell so you'll be notified of any future content. Make sure you check us out at fishnorthgeorgia.com, where we carry a large variety of bait manufacturers from here in the North Georgia area. So we appreciate you being part of our community, and we'll see you soon.